I am not a Canadian expert, okay? I do not know a great deal, although I would encourage you to go listen to our conversation with Jordan Peterson, who is Canadian, about the issue that is going on right now with the Canadian truckers. What I do know is when the Toronto Star, which is basically the New York Times of Canada, the left wing speaking with the government universe, when they are coming out and saying that it is a poor decision for them to have made the decision to come out and do what Justin Trudeau just did. He enacted the Emergencies Act for the first time in the history of the law, which basically is effectively declaring martial law in Canada. That is, Canada now has a dictator, not a democratically elected president, based on the powers that he has under the Emergencies Act, okay? And almost immediately, they also announced that they were expanding the definition of terrorism-related funds to include any money that was being given. Think about how crazy this is. That was being given to GoFundMe to support truckers and their activities and the protests that they are engaging in right now. Okay, so even if you're not Canadian or you haven't been paying attention to this, I just want you to think about this for a moment. Imagine that in the summer of 2020, as protests for Black Lives Matter were blowing up all over the United States, and as there were buildings being ransacked and burned and looted and pillaged, imagine if Donald Trump had said, anyone who is donating money to Black Lives Matter, I am banning that, and I am going to be treating it as a terror-related donation. We'll be able to cancel your donations, we'll be able to seize them, and we'll be able to investigate the people who are making those donations. Across all of America, I really believe this, many people would have said, that is an act that we can't support. Whether you supported BLM or not, overwhelmingly the American media, I think whether it's the Wall Street Journal, the New York Times, or whether it's Fox News or MSNBC, I think there would have been substantial criticisms of Donald Trump for doing that. It's what Justin Trudeau just did to the truckers. So if you are out there, people get upset because I stand on principle, right? I always think, what rules are you applying? And we need to apply them evenly no matter what the content of the speech is, which is why I said that everyone who violated the law on January 6th should be prosecuted for rioting, just like everyone who violated the law during the summer when there were riots going on all year long. I said the same thing. My position on it has been treat everyone who breaks the law the same. Now, all those people are entitled to lawyers. All those people are entitled to the best possible defense they can get. I believe that, whether you're a Democrat, Republican, Independent, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, gay, or straight, our principles need to be applied in a content-neutral fashion. It's not happening. And the media needs to cover these stories in a content-neutral fashion. Mostly not happening. In fact, many people are cheering Justin Trudeau's authoritarianism as it pertains to what is going on with the truckers in Ottawa and around Canada in general. And remember, what these Canadian truckers are advocating for is not some radical change in the way the government is organized right now. They're just saying, hey, can we end the COVID restrictions and go back to the pre-COVID era? Can we just return to where we have been before, as opposed to letting the government's draconian vaccine mandates continue to exist? And I agree, and I support all of the Canadian truckers. And I think what you have to be nervous about now, that effectively Justin Trudeau has declared martial law, are they going to go drag these truckers out of their trucks? Are they going to beat them for ever having the gall to protest against the COVID mandates? What's going to happen here? Are the troops in Canada going to run through the streets and really enforce this rule? I don't know, but I do know that whatever your politics, you should be troubled by the draconian powers that Justin Trudeau has undertaken with his war on truckers, because the precedent that is being set is an awful one, regardless of your politics.